doing some work on our medieval build. Trying to see. I think I lost the post to this, so I'm just gonna. I'll build something different for it. That's what I'll do. I'll build something different for it. I think it's safe to say everything on this side is done. I do want to put a wagon here, but I want to basically go this ridge up a little better there. On there, I need some paper for that. Definitely need some paper for that to make that look a little better. I think I'm taking to the paint too well. I'm probably do the painting tomorrow. All right, let me see. We do have to work on. Let's see what I'm. We did trim work for the electrical comb over there, the chimney, all that right there. We can still put a door in there, and we do need a window. Definitely need a window. Windows for the bottom too on top of that. So that'd be later on. But I still have to put in a door. We definitely need a door for the downstairs area. But right now, I think I'm going to work on some more trim. That I do want to work on. And since we got ordered some stuff, so we got boxes coming in tomorrow, I can work on the doors. I got to put the doors in. All the doors have to be put in. We haven't put any of the doors in. So I have to put all the doors in for them. Let's see. That's an open tower right there, so we don't need all that there. Get some peppermints here. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna work on some detail for the crane. That's what I work on some for the crane. And I'll work on the bridge. I'm not gonna work on the bridge until I get some of my boxes here. I have to detail the crane. All right. Okay. Stay out of trouble. I can see in your face already. Not much trouble. Watch cartoons. See what's going on with this. Oh, I know why you came out. I gotta attach your surface for your belt and help over there. That's what I gotta order for you. You can put this over here. That's you. Yeah, that's definitely you. Your fork. You put the order in for the stuff you need for your fork. Over there. Not coming on too late because we got on late. Let me see. Okay. So what's your dealio? Oh man. Brings up YouTube over here. Can I come out of it all together? I'm gonna take it out. Remove it. Remove the whole thing. That's weird. You want to get out of there. Why are you bringing the start menu up? Every time I ask for that to be removed, that doesn't make any sense. Alright. Let's try you again, see what happens. I'm asking to restart. Wait a minute, a little program issue going on. For some reason, I'm trying to cancel and come out of YouTube, but YouTube's not allowing me to cancel out. YouTube keeps bringing up my start page for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to shut the machine all the way off, bring it back on. Some kind of software gets stuck. The back button took the remote, so it doesn't want to go anywhere. Nonsense of technology sometimes, I swear. Yeah, I can go and pull your battery out in the day and just reset the entire thing and go from there. So, whatever. It doesn't take anything from the hard drive. It resets the entire system. Hard to reset. So let's see what kind of shenanigans we're getting into today. Small, what to do today? I think this box. These waves. Can you build it? No, you're gonna do it anyway. Alright, give me an idea what I'm gonna do. See, that thing has to be, we need shingles for that roof. Alright, good rain. So, you go on hold forever, and the minute you start eating something, somebody pops on every single time. Alright. Cool. Yeah, really. Alright. Good. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. There we go. I definitely got to optimize my hard drives. Have to be clean. So I have to get that done tomorrow. Alright, let me see. Get what I want from here. Perfect. YouTube. internet. Yeah, internet. Hold on for a minute. Let me get you back. Okie doke. Thank you. Alright. Let's see what I'm in here. Medieval music, copyright free. I tell you something, I myself can say it for myself. We have gotten to be very impatient about having things done super fast because I'm sitting there waiting for this program to pop up to get delete one, get drop this down. Like, God almighty, this is taking forever. Then I remember when I was on 14.4 internet speed. Yeah. And that was super, super, super slow now. We're just used to having everything so fast now. Alright, let me see. I've got to get this a rusted metal look to it. No, all this has to have rusted. Well, no, that'd be wood. That'd be wood. All this would be made out of wood. Yes, it would be. Wood was actually more resourceful than metal. We had metal in here, true. We had metal, but wood was actually more resourceful. I was actually watching all these documentaries on how they built their houses. All right, let me see. We need trim around that. We definitely need that. Oh, we can remove this. We don't need this right here. Okay, and you don't want to move. Why? I know if we didn't glue you down to it, we should not have glued you down to it. You should be removable. There you go. You're supposed to come off. Oh, this is supposed to come off until I finish putting the rest of my builds in. You're not supposed to be glued in. All right. So we have to work on you. Okay, I'm going to get you glued down. I'm going to start painting this green tomorrow. Some of the green work on it. So I'm going to start gluing some of these down. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me see. Trim work for the crane. Stan is about to retire. We got a new stand for Stan. Stan's driving me nuts. Get all these wires over here. I need everything over here. Alright, let me see. So we have shingle the roof. Once we shingle the roof, we have to start going over to the printer and start printing out our signs, because each one of these houses, ooh, kind of like it's cardboard. Each one of these houses have their own signs, so we're going to make that by using some of the paper bag cardboard we got. I'm going to soak that in water to soften it up a little bit more, and then we're going to actually make our different signs for each store and what it's going to be called. We have the little bridge built there, and the walkway staircase. Oh man, I forgot. We got a cobblestone, the whole freaking where the church is going to be at. And tomorrow we build a church. Our boxes should be here tomorrow for the church. Oh, I forget. We got to repair this. This has to be fixed. We got to take this apart and repair it. All right, drawer broke on my desk, so now pretty easy fix. Just have to basically take everything out, dump it, and repair the drawer. That's all. Just some more to do. Let's see the scissors. Here we go. Give me a box. Give me a big box. What is in that box over there, by the way? You are loose. I was wondering why you were leaning up so high. wondering why. Cable came attached. So we need a ladder for this, for them to get up here. We need a ladder for over here for the, no, we got enough here to build oh yeah, we got enough there to build the wagon. Oh, can you please keep that on there, please? Let's get a little more in there. All right, keep that on there. We're gonna build a wagon today. Question. Why is this not completely flat? That should be completely flat. Let's see what's going on up here. Right, we need to put a flat surface on this to make sure that evens out so we can connect that to that. That we definitely need to do, because that is not completely flat. Oh, thank God. Where's all this cardboard coming from? We didn't even have this stuff. I did start building on some other sections on here. Well, God works everything out. I'm happy because we got everything done we're supposed to get done. We got the machines clean, get the giant screen brought up. I'm so happy about that screen over there. Now we're working on our village here. I want to get this thing done before Christmas because I want to decorate it with Christmas decorations. And I got a chance to go down to that, even though it was cold and rainy today, and we had some slush, a lot of slush. I'm glad I invested in the boots. Everybody was careful of puddles. I was sitting there walking through those babies, just saying, yes, I got the slushy boots on, slushy boots. Like slushy boots. All right. Let's go meet up with the builders. We are today. Work order came in to start working on. Oh, we should put in a bulletin board on the side of the bar on basically different events and hunting and stuff like that, the crazy stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Oh, I know what I'm definitely going to put up. I'm going to post a board. Sailors want it when we build our boat, because we're putting a boat. So we have to put in for sailors want it. We can print all that up on the printer. Give it an old-fashioned look to it. So we're going to be building a couple of PCs. I decided that we're going to keep the Fallout PC. I'm not going to change it to Steampunk. I'm actually, on the other hand, going to build a Steampunk PC separate from the Fallout. So the Dell that's coming in, I'm going to convert that to Steampunk. And then I got parts coming in for another Dell. They're going to convert into that one over there for the other PC, for our Fallout PC. So I need to track down a phone, like an old-fashioned. Oh, I actually did track down a phone. I was going to build it for the first PC. So we're going to track that thing down because I'm going to do something with it. Yeah, I'm going to do something with the phone for Steampunk. And I'm going to get me one of the typewriter keyboards. Alright, let's get our base on here. See if we're flat. Oh, we are flat. Cool. Cool beans, baby. Cool beans. We're going to start ordering some stuff in to get Michael built. No, sorry, not Michael. Our giant George. Working on George. George is going to require sewing skills, which we do have. I was getting ready to sign off for my copyright for my clothing line. And now I got a bunch of people on board that want to push the clothing line, help me out with it. So that's gonna be cool. I can't wait. Can't tell you the name of it. Oh, I can't wait. So I'm so excited about it. They're not gonna be your normal t-shirts. All right, good. Now we got a good foundation for this. That fits much better. Much better. All right, so I'm thinking at the end of the day, like, okay, you can get in there. Long brush, we can definitely get in there with no problem with the long brush. We got to paint that in the inside. We get in a long brush. So let me put my little house back on top of here. I'm thinking I should basically detail this thing while I got it in my hand. Yeah, I'm going to detail while I got it in my hand. So I'm going to put you over here and over there. So pretty soon tomorrow we are going to start working on the church. I looked at several medieval church builds that I want to do. And we're going to be working on the blacksmith. And they're next. We should have enough cardboard to do all the doors in the cottages and different builds, basically. Get that done. I still can't believe I hung that screen by myself. Actually, I hung some pretty big screens literally by myself, but at least with the frame already attached to it, makes it so much easier than a screen that's folding in on you because it's flexible. But it worked better to do like this chain link tile system because that wall on that side is not exactly flat. This one's flat, which is strange because that's the firewall. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference anyway. Firewalls bend a little bit all the more they do. So that system actually worked. And who we had to thank for it? Jesus! Yes. So we've had an excellent day today. Oops, sorry about that. You're supposed to be over here. Alright. So this came about, I was looking at an AMSR, looking for some music to play when I was building one of the larger builds over there, and I saw this little village, and I was like, ooh, that is freaking cool. I want a little village. And then that's how it all got started. And I went online and checked out some other people doing villages, and I was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I want a tiny village too. So now we're building our village, piece by piece. So none of the pieces we have here, the structures or original boxes, they were all done one by one, piece by piece. This is kind of fun for me because basically I can't finish it right away. So it takes some time to get it all completed. Oh, I like that. We got our little tiny right there and there. Now these builds are called Crooked Cottages. If you go online and check it out, you'll see lots of them. People built all kinds of stuff with cardboard. Okay. There's our door in the back. So we can climb up in the door. We got a ton of lighting to do and painting, a lot of detail painting, but that's what makes it fun. So we were going to take the bigger ones and actually make a village with them, but they're just way too big. They're huge. So I want to turn those into night lights. Actually, I just want to turn them into like, yeah, kind of like night lights. That's what they're going to be. They're going to plug it in and everything. So that's what I'm going to convert those into. Yeah. Those I might change a little bit. I might cut into the side of them. Put some little people in there so you can look through the glass and see people in there. And then put the side back together. I don't get what the guy said the spiral staircase was wrong. The spiral staircase was made that way. How else were you going to put a staircase in a freaking round freaking building to begin with? You would have to have a spiral staircase in there. How else? You need to understand the whole purpose of why they put in spiral staircases in those particular towers. It was designed, castles were designed for two different purposes: housing and fortification. They were designed to be to protect whoever was in the castle. You know, basically the main chamber, which was actually in the center, that's where the king was at. Everything around it was designed to be a maze. So it was designed to bottleneck you as you went through, to actually strip away your defense. And by the time you got to the main chamber, you were automatically pretty much no resources left. That's what it was designed to do. That's why they were built on hills, on top of mountains, because basically it gave the arrows, people had arrows, it gave them an advantage because they're coming, they're pointing right down at you. And on top of that, you have to carry all that equipment up all that terrain at the same time. And your defenses will be eaten away by the time you make it to the main gate. Pretty much there's nothing left of you. And then whatever they rain down on top of you, including that hot, boiling, scalding liquid, that's pretty much it. Some people never even made it past the gate or across the drawbridge. That was the whole purpose of it. But say you were able to make it in, so you were able to bring in catapults, and this would be extremely dangerous. The catapults can rip down the walls, can tear down the main defense of the castle. But problem is the castle was basically built on top of a mountain, and it's slanted. Good luck with the catapult, because it ain't gonna work. So castles that actually had terrain that you had to climb up to get to the castle had a better defense system. Yeah, man, I like watching that stuff. That stuff is freaking amazing. But the guy was talking about the spiral staircase. You know, the purpose of the spiral staircase was made so when enemies are actually clustering in, they actually try to get to the top where these towers are at. The only way you can get to the main top wall, you'd have to go through these little towers. You play Assassin's Creed and you got to go up those little towers, the spiral towers. Well, the reason why it was made that way, and it was so tight and so compressed in there, is because, of course, yeah, stairs was the only way to get up there, but it was made so when enemies clustered in, they could drop heavy objects on you. And mind you, if someone drops something heavy on you and you got a bunch of men behind you wearing armor and you get hit with one of those cannonballs or whatever they drop down there on you, you're going to fall backwards into your own men and you're going to crush each other. There you go. That's why they made them that way. It's made like a defense system. That's why they had these small little narrow windows in the wall, because an archer can stick his bow out there and fire around, and odds of him being hit, you know what I mean, by another arrow would be kind of really rare. That's why the windows were little slits. Yeah, you know what they were doing when they put that thing together? We must protect the king at all costs. Or queen and king at all costs. But most likely, if the king was a warrior, he wasn't inside. He was outside with his men. That's where he was at. King would be on the battlefield. So most likely, if both kings were warriors at one point, instead of having a lot of bloodshed, just let them battle it out. And whoever wins, they have to leave and go from there. That now I'm going to be studying. Why don't we have a Dynasty Warrior version made in a medieval version? That would be hot. I would like to have that. I tried Dynasty Warrior Gundam. Oh, that sucked. I thought it'd be pretty good. It sucked. And you want to go to the headquarters and go, did I ask for this? Why would you make something like this? An atrocity, abomination. It's horrible. Kermit said, anytime USA. When we finish these, I'm going to the future. And we're going to build in the future some steampunk and some apocalypse builds. I'm dying to build a giant mechanical machine with legs and a city that rests on top of it. I've seen it in the movie somewhere. I just can't remember what movie it was that I saw. It was the White House on top of this mechanical machine. I can't think of the movie. But I want to build something pretty crazy like that. Let's not get the rope entangled up with this. That rope connects the glue extremely fast and very easily. So put you over there so you're nowhere to be around what we're doing. That's that fit. Where's the roof of this thing? The roof's on that side? Oh, it has to match. Okay, roof has to match. Alright, so we're definitely going to be doing planks. It'll work perfectly fine for the planks. We're gonna work on that one. There. You're not playing nice with me. And you're out. Definitely out. Alright, there we got you. Are we out? We are out. Okay, so I don't want these to be even. I want them to be a little off. That's a little bit, it's a little bit interesting. Gives a little more personality. I want them to be even. And it tips a little bit, so that way gives it more of an interesting look to it. That's one side complete. I don't want to touch that because I need that for my wagon. But we got plenty of pieces in here. Let's make a little wagon for the request in a wagon. I need it to carry the wheat in. Let me take it up to the mill. I'm trying to see if I can find some small trout so gonna have some of that shooting out of the water. I'm gonna use a poly, of course, so we can get the fish and everything else to stand up a little better. Couple of fishing poles out there. Hoping to get lucky on a catch. Alright, let's begin the process on this side. Okay. See a piece right here, because it's not going to fit all the way there. So we have to make it look like there's a piece there coming out of there. A little piece of right over there, just like so. And that gives it the illusion that there's another piece in there. Definitely found me a new hobby. Something I can work with my hands, involves art. And you choose to overlap. And not overlapping. I need you to overlap. Some people have amazing art skills and they're too afraid to show them off. They're afraid what people think. I told you I had that conversation with many artists before. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop worrying about what people think. And shortchange yourself in the end. I don't want to show my own off. It's not that good. Really? Don't freaking shortchange yourself that way. You can have a person who can be a famous artist and someone's still not going to like their work. So you can't satisfy everybody. It's virtually impossible. Because you're famous doesn't mean everybody's going to like your work. No, somebody's going to hate your stuff. That's how it's going to be. So, but the important thing is, as long as you like it, that's important. Don't become your worst critic at the end of the day. And remember, of all things, get all your work copyrighted. I got some artwork over there that I'm using for my fashion line. It's in the process of being copyrighted, so if someone touches it, you're getting sued. That's why you make sure all your stuff is locked in. Nobody's stealing your stuff. Don't show anybody. Your little booklet at the end of the day, don't show anybody that. And remember to write your signature into your artwork. Date and everything. That's fun, you know why? Because even though you get them on the copyright, you can still show the bulk picture. They can sell your merchandise and your name is in there. Oh, it hurts. That's a good one right there. That's how you nail someone in court pretty hard. They've been printing your name over and over and over again on your merchandise and didn't even know it. So, oh, that's gotta hurt. You're gonna owe me a lot of money. Yeah, that's what you do. Protect all your work. When you don't trust your boyfriend, don't trust your girlfriend, don't trust anybody with that information. Nobody. Max doesn't know anything about my formulas. She never asked. Never did. Never asked any. Well, for 5 years, there's nothing about it. My mother doesn't even know. Nobody knows. The only person that knows is that cat, and he can't even talk. But nobody knows what's in it. I never told anybody. No one's supposed to know. The first minute that I got the first formula, the Lord told me not to speak of it. And that's what I did. I kept my mouth shut. So nobody anywhere knows exactly what's in it. But yeah, we have people try to make it, and they fail miserably. Yeah. Even if we give you permission, you still couldn't make it. It's one of those things that when I die, it'll go with me. Because it's not meant for you to unlock the secrets of what God gave to me. It's only meant for me to have that. And I've had people try, not just them. I've had companies try, and every single one of them failed. You ever seen another one of my screens before? Anywhere? Anybody have exact duplicate of my screen? Completing and beating all tests, matching the product at 100%? No one's done it. And I've had everybody try it. Chemists, big corporations, and every single one of them failed. And it came with a price too. Yeah, they suffered some serious losses. Some of them lost their businesses. Some of them had health issues. Yeah, touching a blessing. You ain't supposed to be touching someone's blessing. That's my blessing at the end of the day. That belongs to me. And people have lost businesses. All kinds of stuff went down. Lord, don't play around with that. You don't touch his blessings. Don't steal from his Christians. Don't do that. Consequences will be great for you. There was a guy who basically tried to swindle me on my products, and they had a horrible storm in Florida, and his entire business got wiped. Lost everything. They've never had that happen before. They've never had that much water come in and just destroy everything. All gone. Just like that. His intentions weren't good. His intentions were to fly me down there and try to steal what I made. Instead of working a business deal with me, he tried to take it from me. Prayed and put it in God's hands, and there was a storm that came down in Florida, and his business got struck extremely hard. And you know how it works when you have a major disaster hits an area. Insurance companies don't want to pay, and they don't. And they'll start quitting, dropping policies left and right, closing their business up because they can't pay that. They can't pay it off. It's too much. There's no way they can do it. So they're going to leave you out in the dry. That's what happened to them. Left them out. Lost everything. The other guy who tried to take my business, that one who tried to take my business from me, the first one, I talked to him a long time ago, actually a couple months ago. He contacted me. He had a life-changing experience. He went through altar, which means his life was altered and changed. Don't have his business anymore. He doesn't have it. doing pretty good. That's good. But he had a life-changing experience. And you think God Almighty sitting in heaven is going to sit there and tell his Christians, first of all, we were not Christians at first, promising us at the end of the day that he's going to protect us and watch over us and keep us safe. We don't have to worry about anything, or no one attacking us or taking anything from us or stealing from us. And so here, this is your present, it belongs to you. This is your blessing. I gave this to you. That's like you giving your child a bike, and some kid comes along and snatches the bike from him. What are you going to do? You're going to be heated, aren't you? You're going to go looking for that kid in that family, aren't you? There you go. That's what happens when you touch a blessing. So the difference is that you have to find that person. With God, he already knows who you are. So, you're not supposed to touch those blessings. I need to thinner than that for my wheel. For my contraption piece. Wait, is this outside? Oh, it is outside. Okay, cool. Make sure I'm not putting too much in. And we have this whole piece here we have to put in. Like, wait a minute, the whole contraption here. I'm missing here, right? I had a guy, chemist, over in China. For $2,100 worth of our products. Now, I found it kind of strange when somebody purchased $2,100, because that means you're trying to sell it. I don't care if you're selling it or not. It doesn't make a difference to me as long as you buy it. But he contacted me and asked me he couldn't get the white levels to read correctly. He couldn't get the color balance. He was trying to figure out how we did it. So he asked me, and I've had people ask me this before, how did you do it? And I said, I can't tell you that. Why would you even ask me that question? I can't tell you that. So he got mad and he filed a PayPal complaint against me. Good thing I had his email where he stated at the end of the day requesting the secret of our product. I was able to submit that to PayPal and he lost his claim. Couldn't figure out how to get the levels to work. He's going to try to reduplicate our product. Yeah. So every time we got Fernando pop up on there talking about, oh, now to make this product. No, you didn't. That's why I gave you permission to make it. Because we know you couldn't make it. And you failed. So, that's that. Rogers came up there and said, I know how to make the technology over there, the sun technology, that can sunlight. It's on his web page, right? I can go over and look at it. There's 2 dates on it that never came to light. The Sun Killer, that's what he called it. Couldn't make it. And then there's consequences of when you do try to make it. You have to pay for it. Now, do I rejoice when this man's business collapsed? He lost everything? No. I don't rejoice over that. But I know exactly what's going to happen to you. Oh, I like how that came out. If anyone ever came up to me and said, hey, we got this Christian over here, you know, the guy's a man of God at the end of the day, but he's got this product. And oh, heck no. No, sorry. No, we're not having this conversation. Bye. Get away from you as fast as I possibly can. I know what you all around. I know what you're talking to, what you're about. You're about the devil. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'll cut you off as fast as I can. No. Do me a favor. Don't contact me. Don't call me. I want nothing to do with this whatsoever. Nope. My Lord, I had nothing to do with this. I'm guilty. I'm not guilty. Sorry. I'm honest. I didn't do anything about this. I want to plead my case to God. No, I would. No part of it. I want no part of it, Jesus. No part of it. Nope. I want no part of it. Wash my hands and move on. I'm crazy. You got to be out of your bonker mind. You crazy. You messing with a Christian's blessing. No, you're crazy. Nope. Another beautiful thing about when you put the Lord first in your business, I can see the wolf in sheep's clothing. Your naysayers who send faulty emails and all that, we can see all of that. It's called Holy Spirit. That's what it's called. The ability to be able, God gives you that second sight, the ability to see things that sinners can't see. We can tell that the emails are fake. Now, you think the Lord is going to promise me all these things, and He's going to be my protector, and He's going to allow me to fall victimized to somebody who's trying to do something to taint, destroy my blessings? What kind of Lord would He be at the end of the day? It's like somebody saying they got your back and they don't have your back. Would you trust them ever again? No, you wouldn't trust them ever again. Okay. Then when you do that, you must think that my Lord's a liar. Because that's what you're saying, right? You're saying that Lord God won't protect me, right? So you're saying the Lord's a liar. That's what you're saying. But you would never say that about God, would you? But you did. Woo! Hot gun! Yeah! We gotta get the whatchamacallit here. Yep. That's what you did. Because if you knew who the Lord was and how He protects us, then why would you try? Sounds bonkers, doesn't it? It is bonkers. Why would you try? It's like you're walking into a tornado. You're never asking for that one. Let me see. All right, we got that part. We got that. That came out pretty nice with the novel. It came out nice. Look, I like that, Lord. Boom. It's giving me ideas on how to put all this together. And so I said, God doesn't speak to you. God speaks to you every day. Every day He speaks to you. He speaks to you. God talks to you. You just don't listen, that's what it is. You ever want to go do something? Like go to a nightclub or something, the Lord says, don't go. Just stay home. And you go, no, I want to go. I want to go to this club. He goes, no, don't go. Stay home. Just stay home, relax, and just, watch some TV. And then you get that funny feeling, that not to go. That's the Lord speaking to you, telling you don't go. And you don't go. You decide, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and watch. And they have a shooting at the nightclub. I've had plenty of people go through that. Had a strange feeling that something was going to happen. That's the Lord telling you, do not go. And people will chalk it up as their own instincts. It's not your instincts. It's the Lord telling you not to go. That sinking feeling you get when something doesn't feel right, that's the Lord warning you at the end of the day that something's not right. Don't go. Don't entertain it. You see somebody, you talk to somebody, you got a funny feeling about them, this overshadowing, depressing feeling, that person has something in them that's not right. Stay away from them. You know who else picks it up? Animals. Animals can pick it up. You bring home somebody and your dog starts going crazy and barking and all, there's something wrong with that person. You need to get that person out of your house. But frankly, I don't know how people bring people home. I don't get that one from the day. I don't want to bring you home for fortress of solitude. You crazy? What kind of nut job you bring this here home? You don't even know that person that well. People do one night stands and all that stuff. You're crazy. I don't know what kind of lunatic you bring into your household in the day. Then you're going to sleep with this person. You're literally vulnerable. You know that, right? You can't protect yourself when you're asleep. You got some nut job next to you. You don't even know what that person may be about. See, that's the problem. At the end of the day. That's why the devil finds you easy targets. Because you're too gullible. Easy targets. You don't know what in the world could be sitting right next to you in your bed. Mind you, our bodies decay. Once that spirit leaves, the body decays. If they're able to host a body, it's not going to last long. That means you're going to need another one. Y'all think that's a joke. You think it's a movie at the end of the day. Not some real stuff at the end of the day. I've seen some stuff happen that make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. Told you about that woman at the bus stop. I was waiting for the guy to open up the store, and she's talking to me, and she's inching toward me. Like, why you got to inch toward me when you're having this conversation with me? You're close enough for me to hear you. But she's slowly walking toward me, a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. And I start taking a couple steps back. And she's noticed I'm taking a steps back, but she's walking closer. And I said, excuse me. I said, ma'am, I'm sick. I got a cold. I would appreciate it if you stayed right over there. And she said, okay. Just like that, okay. And I was like, all right. I was praying to my Lord when I said that to her. Yep. The Lord will put them in their place. It's like when Jesus came down and they knew who he was, he was like, quiet. Be quiet, be gone. And they left. They know their place at the end of the day. I was praying the entire time when she was walking toward me like that. You don't have to be that close to me when you talk to me. I'm like, why is she getting so close to me like that? Every time I back up, she moves a little further. Yeah, because she wasn't right. Now, y'all may chalk it up as that person may be crazy. Yeah, you don't understand that whole part of it all. You understand, you become a Christian, the Lord will open up your eyes and you'll see the world for what it is, and you go, my goodness, I was a sinner walking around in all of this? Oh Lord, thank you for not allowing anything to happen to me while I was out there. You'll be thanking him every freaking day. Every day, but like, Lord, thank you so much. Thank you for watching over me. When you realize what's out there walking around at night and in the morning watching you. Yep. Thank you, Lord, for being by my side. Thank you, Lord, for watching over me when I'm out there. Yay! The crane. The crane. Are we going to the... We got to go to the tavern. Tavern. Does the tavern serve beer? No, tavern doesn't serve beer. It serves root beer. Special kind of root beer. Enchanted root beer. Only elves make. Yeah, certain movies I don't watch. I've never seen Lord of the Rings, ever. I won't watch it. Harry Potter, I won't support it. And it may ruffle some feathers at the end of the day, but hey, Jesus spoke of it in the Bible. He said that you're going to have daughter against daughter, daughter against mother, mother against father, father against son. You know what he meant by that? That basically what you believe in, basically 100% to be true in the Bible, others cannot accept it. And therefore they will lift up their heel against you. So if I sit there and I say in my family that basically if you marry someone and you're married, you committed fornication. Now I got people in my family that'll be upset by that. They'll say, you don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Jesus spoke, it's in the Bible, it's written in red. The Pharisees were challenging him to see exactly if he knew what he was talking about. And they tried to make him stumble over his own words, and they asked him that, and he told him exactly what it was. So basically, to death do you part. So if your wife is still alive or your husband's still alive and you marry, you committed an adultery, you committed a sin. You can't marry unless the other person dies. And I got people in my family get upset by that. And that's what it means by mother against mother, father against father, and so forth. Because not all is going to be to accept what's in the Bible. I believe everything in the book. Everything. And some people try to change it around by saying, oh, you don't know what you read correctly, and so and so and so. I know what I read. I know exactly what I read. What did you read? No, you want what the heart wants. That's what you want. So you're willing to break God's law to do it. many who did it. And that's a very hard commandment. Not all can accept that commandment. If you're living with someone, you're not married to them, you're sinning. Did that one for 5 years. Never doing that one ever again. Not ever again. Supposed to be married when you're with that person. Having intercourse with a person you're not married, that's considered to be a sin. Where in biblical days, you'd be in a hole somewhere, they'd be throwing rocks at you because they would kill you. Because that means you would basically curse the entire city due to the fact of your fornication. You would make God angry, so they would get rid of you. That's why when you hear somebody saying, oh, fornicate, somebody get me a stone. Yeah, that's what that stands for. So you're not supposed to do that either. So people that are living together and you're not married to that person, you have committed a sin. Every time you commit that sin, it's written in the book. If you're not forgiven, if you're a Christian to begin with, you should not be doing that. And I did that when I was a Christian, so no. But my Lord forgave me. You know why? Because I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And because of that, he died on the cross. When he died on the cross, my sins were forgiven. So I'm exonerated from what I've done. But I won't do it again, ever. I won't make that mistake. I won't disrespect my Lord that way again. Do you know if you even look at another woman in the wrong way, it's considered a sin? Oh yeah, it's that whole married thing. That is no joke. Even non-married, it's still can't do that either. Yeah, other than Jesus, and all can do it. It's just a very hard one to do. Not supposed to call your father, father. It says in the Bible, only one is to be called father. That's God. God is the only one to be called father. So when you have Father's Day, again, that's a sin against God. It says in the Bible, read it for yourself. Only one has the right to be called your father. One, and that's God only. So it should be Dad's Day, not Father's Day. And mind you, there are priests that are called father. Believe it or not, they're not supposed to be called father. About 3 minutes, okay. Do not use the Lord's name in vain. Oh, I see this one a lot. When people curse and they put God's name in it, or they say, well, I'm not saying it all, period, I'm not going on that road, but they'll sit there and go, oh, they say the word Jesus Christ. When they get, oh my goodness. Are you mad? And then they'll add a curse word in with it. You added a curse word with God, Christ's name in it. Kind of asking for it on that one, are we not? I heard people say that. Or people that walk next to a church and be cursed. They be cursing all day long. And then they walk, oh, sorry, Jesus. And then continue cursing when they walk past the church. So let me get this straight. So you stop cursing when you're in front of the church, but when you're past the church, you continue cursing. I can't stand when people do that. When they curse and use God's name at the same time, oh, it makes my stomach sick. Tattoos, believe it or not, you're not supposed to mark the body. The reason why? Because your body is a temple. It's like walking in God's church and graffitiing all over the inside of the church. The body does not belong to yours. It's not yours. It belongs to God. It's his body. If it was yours, that means you could control death, but you cannot control death. So it's not yours. Body belongs to God, not yours. You'll figure that out when you pass off the earth, and if you do make it to that side, It'll be explained to you that it's not your body. That belongs to God. That's God's property. Everybody likes to say, oh, it's my body, my body. Do what I want to do. It's my body, my body, my body. Until it's time to die. And your attitude changes then, isn't it? Now you're praying to God, asking for another day. Hopefully, Lord, heal me of this disease and all that. But it's your body. It's an aid. Why can't you heal yourself? Why can't you basically take it away? Oh, you can't, can you? Interesting. It's not your body. Now I used to have piercings. Took them all out. Don't wear them anymore. Had a couple of piercings. I removed all the piercings and got rid of them. I didn't want to wear them anymore. When you become a Christian, you don't have that desire anymore. That desire is gone. It scares me when I see people who get baptized and they say they're saved, but they still continue to do the same activity. They don't change at all. That's a scary, scary state to be in. It is. When you get baptized, you get that feeling at the end of the day that you don't want to be that person, especially when you have a desire to be baptized. Now, you're getting baptized for the sake of being baptized. I don't know how that's even going to work at the end of the day. But if you have a desire to be baptized, and the reason why you have the desire to be baptized is because you want to be clean, you want to be filled with the Holy Spirit, you want to be closer to God, you want to do it because you want a tighter and more connection with God. But if you're just getting baptized for the sake of just getting baptized, I don't know how that's going to work at the end of the day. Because you got to have that passion, that desire to want to be closer to Christ. And if you don't have that there, and you get baptized and you go back to drinking, smoking, and doing all this other stuff you're supposed to be doing, then nothing's changed at all, period. You're going to want to change. When I got baptized, first of all, when I was locked up, and when I came out, that's all I was thinking about was getting baptized. Because I found God when I got locked up, and I wanted to know more about Jesus. But my body was sinful. I couldn't, it was dirty. I couldn't basically have my sins washed away. So I wasn't even completed yet. And there was no way for me to be baptized in there. And I couldn't wait to be freed. So all I wanted to do was get free, go to church and get baptized. That's all I wanted. I didn't care about coming out and hanging out with my friends. I didn't care about coming out and eating food and, eating regular food and whatever stuff, you don't get a chance to do in there. I didn't care about TV, sport, none of that. I didn't want none of that. I just wanted to be baptized as fast as I possibly could. I wanted to be cleansed. Because I was scared to death that God would come back and he wouldn't take me. He wouldn't accept me because I wasn't clean. That's why when I got baptized, my first Sunday coming up, I got baptized. And I got baptized for that purpose because I wanted my body to be clean so I can be closer to God. But if you're getting baptized for the sake of just getting baptized, that's scary because I used to watch people go back to listening to rap music with all kinds of freaking women calling themselves bees and all kinds of nasty and perverted lyrics in it and all this stuff, and nothing changed about them. They cursing and carrying on, drinking and smoking. Nothing changed. And they go to church, but nothing's changed. That would scare the daylights out of me because I would think, God, you see me here? Like, you have to turn your back on me? Like, I know you see me. That would scare me. So I need God to acknowledge and talk to me and speak to me and let me know. But maybe it's a slow process. Maybe this person will have to go through something in life in order to reach that plateau. Sometimes you'll lose everything in life. You will lose it all, everything. God will take it all from you in order for you to see him. And if there are things in his way and he wants you to see him, something's going to start leaving. He'll remove everything. So sometimes you got to go through some stuff for God to show you at the end of the day that, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what you need to do. The Bible scriptures, because I keep telling my sister, those Bible scriptures that you get they send to you, that's not enough. That's not enough knowledge. You have to read the Bible. You have to read the whole Bible. You have to. You can't skip over it. You have to read the whole book. If your intentions when you see the Bible, that's, oh my goodness, this is just overwhelming. Don't read it. Don't even go near it. You have to have a desire, a want, a passion, a love to read that book. When I first started, I didn't want to read the Bible. It's too big of a book. I didn't want to read it when I first became a Christian. But down through time, eventually, that want and that need, that desire to become closer to Christ kicked in, and I wanted to know everything there was about God, even more. And I sat down one day and I opened up the book and I didn't put it down. I just kept reading it. 1 year I finished it. So you have to have a desire to want to read it. And then when people go into the book, they do too much. They're going to basically breaking everything down. It's not meant for you to know everything. Read the book, and God will give you the knowledge you need to get from that book, and understanding from that book. But if you start breaking it all down and this, that, and the other, yeah, then this is where things can get messed up. This is where the devil can come and mess with your head. That's why you got preachers of the dead are up there saying, I don't want God's coming back. Are you mad? You don't know when God's coming back. Angels in heaven don't even know when God's coming back, and they're around God all the time. So how would you know? Because I counted numbers and all this stuff. That's the Harold Camping crazy stuff went on. Don't add your 2 cents into it. Ask God for guidance, and he will guide you and show you the proper way on how to read the book. All these preachers that make these self-help tapes, and I don't go near any of that stuff. None of that stuff. That teaching you to read the Bible better and understand the Bible better, don't go near that at all, period. Don't go near that. Don't go near that. You pray and ask the Lord. I prayed and asked the Lord, Lord, I don't understand too much about the Bible. I need guidance. I need you to teach me. Give me understanding on what I'm reading. The Lord's going to do that for you. Why would he not? Why would he make the Bible so complicated that you can't understand it? And that's the one thing you need to know to get closer to God. So why would he do that? That's craziness. I'm going to make it virtually impossible for you to understand the book, but I want you to serve me. He's going to make it possible for you to understand it. When I read the book, they had Family Radio Fellowship. And when I opened up the book, on the radio started off talking about Genesis. It started from the beginning. So I got a chance to hear someone speak and say all the difficult words I couldn't understand, and then I would read it afterwards, because I was chapter by chapter, and in a year's time. But it just happened that way. For some reason, when that program started, it started at Genesis, and that's where it started, all the way up. It started with God guiding me. So when I read that book, I saw visions. I saw as what was written in the book, I saw those visions. Those visions were so vivid that when I got to Revelations, I was scared to death because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see the destruction and what was coming in Armageddon. I didn't want to see any of that. I couldn't handle it. And I prayed to the Lord, said, I can't handle this. I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can take this. And the Lord said, he made a way. He made a way for me to see it, but be able to understand it, but not take the burden of the fear that came from it. It was scary, it was, but knowing that I'm with the Lord, but I didn't see the things that could have basically terrified me. Revelations is something else, it is. I was that terrified. But I saw it all. I saw everything. I saw everything. I saw Jesus walk on water. I saw Jesus break bread and the multiple loaves of bread. I saw all of it. In my head, I saw the visions. Yep. So every time you read the Bible, it changes. It does. Every time. I'm going to read it the second time around. But those Bible scriptures that you get, it's not enough. It's not enough. You should have a hunger for God. An endless hunger for him. That's what you should have. Those little scriptures ain't enough. That's like you starving to death and somebody feeding you broken pieces of crackers. So they're giving you the whole entire box. They're just giving you a little piece at a time. You're still hungry. You want more. That's not going to be enough. And that's what you do to yourself. You're starving your salvation. Starving your soul. Starving your soul. Knowledge of God. Read the whole book. There we go. All right. All right. We have to do the top part of this. Okay, there we go. I do the top part of this right here. One. My birthday, I asked my mom for Elmer's glue and masking tape. That's all I asked for. and I saved up. She had all the soup cans, Campbell soup cans that she was making. She had. I asked her if she could let me have them. She washed them out, and she cut the top and the bottoms of them. I made my own rockets. I made a series of rocket ships, model rockets, out of the Campbell soup cans, cardboard, and masking tape, and made my own rockets and painted them myself. I'm going to build me another one. Go back to my past and build me another one. I forgot about the Campbell soup rockets. But now, knowledge we know now, we can make something pretty crazy now. We can make the landing pad. We can make the rockets. We can take the cotton and make it like the fire burning out from the sides of it. Or we can have a ball. I want to build me a pretty cool rocket as some cans of soup. I do love outer space though. I love outer space. I don't believe that there's other people out there. I think it's just us. It's just us. So God made man in the image of himself. So God made man in the image of himself, and Jesus came down, and Jesus is God in the form of a man. Jesus didn't come down with multiple arms and multiple eyes and tentacles and all that stuff. He came down like us. So that means at the end of the day that there wouldn't be any aliens. See, the reason why people can't accept that, because most people who believe in that theory about the aliens and all, most of them are atheists. They don't believe in God. It kills me when astronomers talk about the heavens and the earth and everything, and they think all that was made by a Big Bang theory. So a giant. My question: so if a giant explosion caused all this, how come we haven't seen any more explosions? We just have one explosion. That's it. No more. That's like saying you see an earthquake one time, you'll never see it again. You see earthquakes all the time. Tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunami, whatever you want to call it. We see them all the time. Not saying all the time, but we don't see like a tsunami one time and never, ever, ever, ever see it again. We do see them. So you mean to tell me this big explosion that went off, that it just happened one time and never, ever, ever happened again? So how come we don't have these giant explosions going off like maybe, I mean, even we see an eclipse. An eclipse happens like what, so many hundreds of years or whatever? I gotta look it up. But it's a long time before eclipse pops up. But eventually we do see them again. Shooting stars, falling stars, we see all that. But you mean to tell me the explosion that triggered off everything doesn't happen again? I mean, you would think somewhere in some distant galaxy somewhere something would blow up. And you just see all these planets pop out of the sun and moon and all that stuff. I find it kind of strange. Just one time, that's all. Name one national disaster that happens one time and never happens ever again. Supernova? Supernovas happen all the time. So name one national disaster that happens and we never, ever, 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 ever see it again. So how in the world did the world explode? This big giant blast went off, and it never happened again? Like never? Ever? Just that one time? Where's my phone at? We need knowledge. Knowledge! That's a fantastic name for your son. Call him Knowledge. What's your name? They call me Knowledge. Knowledge better live up to that name. But anyway. What's the name I wanted to have for a son? If I had a son, I was going to name him Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir. Because either way, he can't command respect, Mr. Sir. There's something, Sir Mr. Sir Mr. There it is, Sir Mr. Reverse, Sir Mr. Like why? Because the teacher gets mad like, Sir, Or they gotta call him Mystery. Either one, you gotta he commands that respect in that name. Or a cool name, Excalibur. Can you imagine naming your kids Excalibur? What's your name? They call me Excalibur. Like, really? Your parents named you Excalibur. Yup. Tell me that's not a fantastic name. I would love to be called Excalibur. I mean, I like my name as it is. But, imagine if your name was Excalibur. Are you kidding me? There was an Asian kid. His name was Kong. I thought that was freaking cool. Wait. Your parents named you what? They call me Kong. Dude. You got the name of an emperor or something, man. That's freaking beast. Call me Kong. Something out of a Mortal Kombat character. When they call you, they call me Kong. Kong wins. Flawless victory. Oh. Fatality. Name is Kong. Cool name. I like it. Yeah. They call me Kong. Wait, like King Kong? Like, yeah, Kong, still Kong. K-O-N. Man, it's sick. It's awesome. Buy your parents' car, man. It's a fantastic name that's strapped with. And you got people, stars naming their kids Pella with bed sheet. Good thing they rich. Your rich parents strap you up with some jacked up name at the end of the day. It's a good thing you're rich. Because, man, in the real world, man, you better got you're still going to get taunted. Even if you're rich anyway, you're still going to do it. Rich kids at the end of the day that are the worst privileged little monsters at the end of the day. Not all of them, but saying some of them. And bottom line is, they're still going to teach you. A kid at the end of the day. They're still going to teach you. Whether you're rich or poor, they're still going to teach you. Doesn't make a difference. They call you what? Pello. Why in the world would your parents name you Pello? Like, why? Why? What was the point? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. This is why they grow up and get their name changed. They got to keep that last name, or that name, because that name actually has ties to their father, so they're going to need that one right there. So you can't change that one. But that name, Pello, what did Michael Jackson name his child? Pello or Blanket? Gave him a weird name like that. Just sitting there in the hotel, like, what am I going to call him? Want something different nobody else has. It's a nice Pello. I like it. Oh, shoot. I'm going to call him Pello. Kids going to hate you. When they realized what the name was, like, what the freak was on your mind at that day? Were you high? Were you smoking something? Why would you call me Pello? Michael's child was named Pello. Did Michael Jackson name his child Pello or Blanket? If I got this right. I don't know. I go far-fetched. You might have heard somewhere. Alright, so let me see. Which stars gave their kids weird names? Try that one again. What are we running on? Are we on Wi-Fi? Nope, we're not Bluetooth. I got Bluetooth. Oh, we're doing something. That's right. Wait. What are you requesting? What are you saying that's now? Oh, come on, technology. Work with that. Man, I got time for this more crap. I'll figure it out later on. I gotta get this done. Let me see. So definitely want to put a tread in there too. Definitely want to put a tread in there. So we got the front side looking a little better, a little top all the way around, so it's more realistic. Because we need that trim on it, people. That trim, baby, trim, trim. The master carpenter is here to finish off the rest of the work. Terrio. We are working on the crane for the loading dock. What time do we have here? I know I started late here. Gracious. 12. Gee whiz, when are we leaving out here at 1 o'clock? I want to get this finished up. Well, this part finished up. I wish I had started earlier, but I had something I had to do, so I didn't get a chance to get that done. Get that done first. Really? Really, Mumsy? 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 Mumsy. Mumsy? What are you doing, Mumsy? Alright, guys, I gotta get this finished up because I'm out of here at 1. A little later than usual, but I'm going to get some work done on this because tomorrow's going to be a hectic, crazy day. Another hectic, crazy day. Hectic, crazy day. All right, get the box. Get the box to come tomorrow. So I'm going to put a fat trim so we can keep the rope in between so it doesn't go anywhere. Definitely want to do that there. We got our nice trim for the side. Right here. All right there. Give a more realistic look to it. What are we on here with that part right there? Let's get this over here. So get that trimmed out nicely. And before I jet out of here, I want to build my wagon. We got a wagon we got to build, people. We got wheat to harvest. So we got to get a wagon done. Because how else are they going to be able to get that wheat up there? We don't even know. We got to get a wagon done. Alright, so that's looking good. Everything else I can put up there, don't have to worry about. The wheel with the spokes in it. That was a freaking headache to put that in. Yo! Oh, I forgot we're going to rope in, bird. We're going to glue the rope in. Glue it in. Alright, if we're gluing it in, we're good. Alright. Charlie-o. Everything's good on this side? Good on this side? Good? Good. We want to put the doorway in better. Put a better doorway in there. And the windows. Bring our windows to life in here real quick. Oh, I need a piece of glue, baby. Glue. Crazy like this glue. Get in there. Look at you, slinky boy. Mr. Slinky boy, looking all extra slinky. Taco, you slinky. Why are you so slinky? You like the giant screen, don't you? You like it? Oh man, it's looking cool. Ow! Got burned. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Disco, burn, oh, burn, baby, burn. Burn that super damn butter. Yes. Yes, we're putting our dough in. Well, the crafters had been a busy day. We're basically installing this piece, putting in that piece, installing this over here, putting in the doorway frames. Boy, the job of a crafter. Give me this. Over here. Soon we will bring in people who do the stonework. The masonaries will come in and begin to start stone carving, cutting, to get ready for the next stage. The enchanted countryside. I'm dying to play some Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, somebody's going to get poked, baby. Yeah! I don't even hide the bodies in Assassin's Creed. I really don't. I figured I'd bring more soldiers. Let's bring the challenge on. Is that right, Taco Bear? Taco Bear say, yup. Bring the challenge on, baby. Bring it. Bring it. We're going to the freaking Renaissance, right? Next summer? Yep. I'm going as a jester, baby. Jester! You know why? Because I'm a jokester, man. I'm a jokester. So, I even got the hat with the bells on it and everything. Yep. You're rocking my hat with the bells. I figured I had to pick something that would be comfortable. A suit of armor would have been heavy. Because knowing me, I don't have the real thing. I know myself. Or some light armor, which still would have been heavy. And you're talking about summertime now. Right, so, yeah. Getting cooked. And you can't go as a king, because I think they frown upon that when you can't be the king, because there's a king already there, so I know you can't do that. And you can be a nobleman, but the noblemen are boring. And then they're like, oh, good day, sir. I want to be a practical joke. I want to have some fun. So I'm going as... I'm not wearing the tights, by the way. That is not happening. But I am definitely wearing the freaking hat. I'll get some colorful cargos. Some really high, bright color cargos. Our friend does clothes. Have him hook it up, put some numbers all over it and everything. Oh, Taco, how are you doing today? I feel just grand, yeah! Rah. You have fangs, defenders on your top and bottom. That is pretty cool. I want things like that. Coming with the fangs. Raw. Raw, Taco, raw. It's funny because I got a cat, and when I be talking to people, I gotta go. What the frick was that? I got being around my cat all the time. That's where that comes from. Being around my kitty. I mean, I gotta go. Gotta do the exchange. Gotta go. Is that right, Taco? We're talking to you like, hey, how you doing? That's right. Kitty growls. They don't know, Taco. They don't know you run with the speed of 1,000 Taco Kitties. They don't know that, right? 1,000 Taco Kitties. want to get in that freaking Japanese armor they got. They made Japanese armor for cat. It's pretty cool. That samurai armor, I don't think you wear it. You already fight with Haruka. Fight with Haruka. It's the never-ending battle with Haruka. I'm gonna write a comic book on him one day. Alright, we got Chew over here, all hooked up. Goody gumdrops and all that crazy stuff. My Crane over here. Oh, put that over there. Alright. Yeah, I know. Crane is, the platform is made out of freaking wood. So you're gonna have to strip wood to make that look like it's wood on the platform. Yes, details, people. Details. We like Dean, don't we? Dean. I watched the Iron Giant. We like Dean. We have to wood strip it. I wonder what the world would be like if we still walked and talked in jolly old England. Still talk that way. I think it'd be pretty cool. I would love it. Can you imagine what rap music would be like? Any kind of music would it be like? We talked in old English. Oops, come back here. Yay and nay. Actually, they still vote that way in Congress. Yay or nay? I would love to have an English accent and talk that way. Ouch, Mother George. Sounds like, are you making fun of our accent? Like, I freaking adore your accent. What the freak you talking about? Yeah, if I go to England, I'll pick up the accent. If I'm lucky. But also, I don't want to pick. I want to pick it. I want to learn the lingo. I want to learn everything there, what it means, what that means. I want to learn all that. What do you think? Love your accent. Love that. So proper. Now I've had jerk customers from different countries. Do I sit there and judge the whole country over one person? No, we don't do that. Just that person. That person only. And then I met fantastic people over in different countries. Met some really cool people in Scotland. Always ask all the same thing. What do you all eat over there? What do you have for breakfast? Show me some pictures. Show me some videos. Curious what your world's like over there. Now, to them, they think at the end of the day, like, it's nothing special. But you have to understand, I'm in America. It is something special at the end of the day. I've never seen it before. You could show me a stop sign. I would find that fascinating. You could show me a mailbox. I would find that fascinating. Because it's different from my world. So what you may find boring, I would find absolutely exciting. Especially those freaking phone booths, man. I want one of those phone booths in my home. I would love to have one of those red phone booths in there. There's the Asian guy that came over talking about how he don't like it when Americans come to his country and disrespect his country. Yeah, we're in the same boat. I don't like it either. I don't really see that happening with them. I don't see them coming over here or anybody coming over here and doing crazy TikTok videos and doing crazy stuff. We do a lot of that stuff. You ever notice that? You ever seen a Japanese, anybody from Japan come over here and blast speakers and carry on and act up and do all kinds of crazy stuff? They don't do that over here. There was a guy called Song. I'll never forget his name. His name was Song. And he still practiced the same way he practiced when he was over there. Like, he had to tell him at the end of the day, like, you know, you can go outside with a cigarette, right? And he was like, he didn't want to go outside with a cigarette because over there, you're not people, you know, they're not supposed to be smoking outside. They were always trying to relax now, but when he was telling me at the end of the day, they couldn't do that. And they still practice the same traditions when they come over here. I'm like, dude, you go out there and smoke. Just go out there and smoke. He said, but just go smoke. So they bring those traditions over here with them. Of course, you're gonna have some people come over rowdy, but I've never seen it. Now, on the other hand, we got jerks that will go over and do the dumbest stuff you ever thought of in your entire freaking life. Like that one guy that went over there to Korea and did all that stuff, defacing and touching the statues in perverted ways and all that dumb stuff he was doing. And what's the other person who did dumb stuff? What's his name? Jake Paul was his name. He went over and did dumb stuff over there too. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of others, I'll tell you guys. Oh, it's that one African American kid. He's from England. But he was doing that in his own country. He was walking in people's houses at the end of the day. Yeah, try that up here. Go to New York City and try that mess. Go to Philly and walk in someone's house and see what happens to you. I guarantee you won't be coming out alive. You won't make it out. You won't make it to the front door. They don't beat you to death. You can't be walking in people's houses. You know, he just chose a person that he knew when jumping. If he was even over in England, he walked in someone's house and they would beat the daylights out of him. He chose that particular house because he knew the family from the day didn't seem like they were hostile like that. But he had walked into someone's house over there that basically had a hostile nature. He knew they would have basically done something to him. Yeah, he wouldn't have walked in there. That's why he chose those people at the end of the day. And the guy was very nice about it too. Because he told me, look, man, get out of my house. You're not supposed to be in my house. And he's sitting there trying to have a conversation with him and argue with him. Black kid. Or he's from England. And having a conversation with him while you're in somebody else's house. But he picked and chose that person. Because again, if it was somebody over there, I know some people over there at the end of the day, you'd have walked into their house, that'd have been the last thing you'd have saw. Because now, you know, you're in my house, I got my kids in here, you know, my wife's in here, you getting jacked up. And ain't no way in the world you're going to basically call the police on me at the end of the day saying, well, you know, they beat the snot out of me at the end of the day, sorry using that phrase, but you were in my house, you know. I'm going to take you lucky you're still alive, because most people would have took it farther than that, because you look like an intruder. You know, to harm them or harm your wife or anything, what's the first thing you're going to do at the end of the day? Especially if you're licensed to carry, you know what's going to happen under that one. That's a dumb thing to do. That's really asking for it. That's really asking for it. You're asking to get messed up. Like now, they got this thing called a Kool-Aid Challenge, where these dummies over here in our country go over and kick someone's door and run. You're going to get shot. And someone did die. Someone actually got killed. Kicked this man's door, and it was a veteran. Came out there and fired a couple rounds and caught a kid and killed him. What part of stupid idea did you not understand about that one at the end of the day? That majority of most homeowners carry firearms to protect their family. And if you hear somebody going boom, 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 kicking your door, could have been. I tell you, at the end of the day, man, you're going to mess around, somebody going to pull a pit bull or some kind of ferocious guard dog going to come running out of that house. Good luck out running that thing at the end of the day, because you know that ain't going to happen. And if he does get his fangs in you, you're done. Because usually they go for the throat. Ain't nothing worse than having your throat ripped out while a dog is chewing down on your freaking neck. You gonna kick someone's door? Who started that dumb nonsense? You know, people did Ding Dong Dixie. That was just basically someone running up and ringing someone's doorbell and running. You know, everybody did that at the end of the day. It's just annoying. That's basically about it. Ain't worth shooting somebody over. It's just annoying. That's all. If you catch the kid, you go back to the parents and explain to them. The parents, you know, kick his butt or whatever happened, punish him or whatever happened for it. That's basically about it. But you talking about taking the back of your foot and kicking someone's door? Man, I'm gonna tell you something. You done that nonsense when I was living in Philly. I'd have opened up that door and let Tigger out. Tigger definitely would have caught you. Because everybody up there had pits. You definitely would have got hit by something. Oh, speaking of pit bull, I was talking about that dog I saw the other day. King Corsa and Great Dane. Good gracious. That's a big freaking dog. It's a puppy. It was a puppy. And that thing was huge. Wow. So, you know, it's funny. Changing topics. That's what I usually like to do on demonstrations here. That I remember when I was talking to the female about her dog, that when I was coming up, you had to have purebred. Purebred before you got any money for your dog. You know what I mean? You had the papers, bloodline, all that stuff to make sure you had 100% Great Dane, 100% Bullmaster, German Shepherd, Pit Bull, whatever you want to name it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Shih Tzu, Rottweiler, whatever. Now today, it's the hybrids. The hybrids make the money. Even though the pure breeds, yeah, they do make money. They still continue to make that money. But them hybrids, them new designer breeds, I think they call designer breeds, because that's what they are now. If you mix your dog and get a nice blend out of it, like something interesting out of it, the dog becomes worth money. That dog she just had a few minutes ago, she just showed me that freaking Corsa and Great Dane. Oh, I want one of them. I want one. And she charged him $4,000 for that dog. I'm paying it. That dog was gorgeous. Oh, that dog was gorgeous, man. It was bright white. It had the freaking all the brindle spots. You can see the pit bull in it. Not the pit bull. You seen the King, of course, in it. But it had all the spots. It was gorgeous, man. That dog was gorgeous. And I saw another dog. One point, I think I had a picture of that one that had one green eye and one blue eye. I'm like, what the freak? Like, yeah, it was another dog. Yep, them dogs cost some money. She wanted $4,000 for that dog. I'd have paid $4,000 for that dog. Now, right now, to have a dog of that caliber and that size, I don't know, I usually like big dogs. I usually get big dogs for the door. I like big dogs. But I think this time around, because of Taco, I'm gonna get him a small dog. He wants a dog. He does want a dog. He's mentioned it multiple times. Like, Dad, give me a dog. I want a dog, Daddy. I want a dog. So I'm gonna get you a dog. I think him and a Chihuahua would be nice. Him and a Chihuahua. Get a baby Chihuahua. Him would be nice. Because all he's gonna do is nurture it. That's all Taco does is nurture everything. He just nurtures everything. My sister has a big German Shepherd. That dog is big. And the thing about me walk him, he's never trained him to kill. It's instinct. That dog is when somebody walks by, because the owner is the son, walks by, he puffs up his chest and stands up. Yeah, he's why he does it? Because he's protecting you. That's good. That's what you want. He ain't friendly with everybody. You got to get to know him. You don't get to know him, he's gonna chew your arm off. But yeah, but that's my buddy. But him and Taco get along perfectly. Taco, whenever we bring him over, always runs upstairs and climbs into his cage. He has this big cage he sleeps in. So climbs into his cage, and he be in there chilling. I'm like, huh? Take him to the dog park. He's standing up, looking at all the dogs and everything. I was like, he thinks he's a dog. I think Taco was a dog at one point. Let's get this chuck wagon done, Taco. Chuck wagon fever. Should we draw this thing out or just build it offhand? It's a wagon, just to tell you the truth. It's a wagon. A wagon is just simply just a box with wheels on it. But we can't make it too big because we have to put it here. I love our music in the background. Yeah. Let me see. Rah. Right back at you, buddy. Rah. I hear you, buddy. The raws. The raws, baby. Take away too much of my field. Gotta bring those more. I need a picture of a wagon. Wagon, truck, wagon. I got you. Need an update. I'll get you an update. I need to work this a little quick. Medieval truck wagon. You know, truck wagon. Wouldn't that be medieval wagon? Well, what do you know? It's not hard to build. That should be pretty easy. Medieval wagon. Alright, so we got 4 size. Yeah, it's the box with freaking the freaking what on it. Wow. Did the zoomies call you? I see you took off with speed. Good thing you don't drive. You would be an absolute nightmare, I swear. Sitting there, get the zoomies, kick off. Imagine if cats drove cars, that'd be crazy. Sitting at the light, when the light goes green, take off, and then get the zoomies. Alright, so we got middle piece, we got the side piece here, side piece for our wagon. We gotta get that middle piece of there done. Get it done, bird, get it done, get it done, get her done, get her done. Rah. Was that a high piece up there? It's a little high piece up there. Let me see what we got going here, here, and here. Rah. What you doing, Taco Bird? Rah. Scratching post? The scratching post that we made when we redid it actually is better than the one that I freaking purchased from the store. Make this one a little higher up in the front. Alright, so now we have the bottom half. We have our sides. We have our front here. And now we're going to need some little wheels. We need wheels. I saw something be perfect for wheels. I can figure out exactly what I did with it. Oh, the wheels are bigger. The wheels are much bigger. Oh, we need a pen for that one. We definitely need a pen for the wheels. Gotta have one pen. I see any pens in here. Cause a mess. Yeah, fix my drawer. It's broken. Actually, this would be the size of a good wheel. Oh, come on, Samuel Fish Sticks. We ain't got one freaking ink pen in here. Not one. Not one. All the ink pens that I have up in here. I have 2 ink pens in here. Straight up in here. Oh, we got ink pens. Oh, gee whiz, please. And actually, this would be, which is bigger. I think I know the size would be bigger than that. So I clean this whole mess up. That drawer fell apart on me. Gotta put that back together. Alright, so let me see. So we'll start up with you first over here. Insert A into B, and B into A. It's funny because every time you see complicated instructions, the first thing you think of is IKEA furniture. And if you have never put together IKEA furniture, you don't know nightmare. Because I've done it. I put together IKEA furniture together. And I can tell you from the door, man, you better pay that $75 fee. I'm basically having them put together for you because it's going to save you a trip from going to the bar. I don't even drink. It drove me to want to drink. Especially when you see all that stuff put together. You're like, wow, look at that cabinet set. I'm going to get it. And you get it, it's like a box that comes up to you, like 1,000 pieces in it. Trillion pieces, like a trillion pieces in there waiting for you. And you open up the book and like, okay, we're going to start from B to A. 40, that'd be parts within parts. This is screw B, and screw B goes into screw A. The screw A goes into screw C, and once you got that connected, then you're going to connect that to XYZ. Like, what the freak? Yeah, crazy, man. I'm never doing that again, ever. As long as I live. Now I just paid a $75 fee for them to put it together. I was in line, this guy was laughing at me because he's like, you gonna pay $75 for that fee to put it together? Oh, you knew? First time buying IKEA furniture? Okay. Well, you'll be back. Yeah. As he works at IKEA, then he's good. You make so much money. If you would live in an apartment complex and you work for IKEA, I would advise people to go buy the furniture. I know, look at their furniture. It's some real good furniture. Knowing that they know darn well they can't put it together, and I charge them $50 to put it together. You work for IKEA, right? Yeah, I do. You think you can put that together? I am. Put this together all the time. But I got to charge you a little bit of a fee. All right, whatever. You know, I just want to put it together, man. I want to use it. All right. I might put your fee. Like $50. You good with that? He said, I'm good with that. I can pay $50. Whatever. They charge me $75. I won't do it in there. There you go. $50, $75. Yeah. Don't we have to have some kind of piece at the bottom for the wheels? We do. We need a conjunction because we can't put it on the side. Put it on the side's going to look kind of crappy. That is not going to work. So we have to put details to this anyway. We need for the wheels to stick out a little bit, so we're definitely going to need some kind of little box in there. So the wheels lift up a little bit. People that can draw with an extra sketch. Insane. How? How do you draw with an extra sketch? He's just rambling on crazy stuff. That's because I'm tired, that's why. And we've been on here building for 2 hours, which I'm past my time. I'm going to be dropping out of here at 1 o'clock. I'm going to get as much of this done as possible. I do enjoy this build. You have no idea how much I enjoyed this build. I'm having fun. I don't want to quit, but I have to. My back doesn't hurt, nothing. Like, I feel fantastic. I'm dedicated to the build. Yet we must leave. And all I'm going to think about when I'm back there is the build. Putting together the build. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Let's build me another one at the home front. We can never show you that. You know why? Because we've got creepers on our channel that like to stalk men. Creepy. And we know who that is. All of them. Creepy. Creepy. Alright. That's nice. We got that part already in there. Wait, why do you feel a little wobbly? We need to be in there, nice in there. Okay, good. Now, we got to put our wheels in now. We're going to lift the suspension system up for the wheels. Let me see. Johnny. Yes. Johnny. Yes. Johnny. Minus is too far out. We'll just get an idea where we have to be at with this. And that glue. Once the church is in place, with the other stuff, we'll start working on the fairgrounds. Oh, landscaping. Scissors. Oh, I can't even see that. Nope. There you go. Alright, let's see. I need the wheels to be about right about there, there. Good. And the wheels right here. That's perfect. Now, question. If these are the wheels right here, that hits part of the wagon. Because we definitely need to hit part of the wagon. Oops. No. Don't go with me. Stay over there. Ah. I need an ink pen. We literally just had an ink pen. Oh, there we go. Real knee slapper. Knee slapper, knee slapper. Real knee slapper. Alright, that's one wheel right there. Yep, giddy up. Getty up. I built this when I was sick too. Somebody told me, like, ugh! Ugh! Yeah. I'm sick. Ugh. Get out of sick. Determined to build. Get the build going. We'll tie a knot. We'll get the build completed. And they're asking the carpenters, what are you building? Is requested. We're back at the watermill. They are requesting a wagon build, so now we are assembling a wagon for them. There's another wheel right there. I think somewhere in there, I'm going to put me one of those. They call them for gypsies. These little wagons for gypsies. We got to put one in there. We have to put one in there. We have to put one in there. We have to. There's things I want to put in over there in the town square over there. We have to put a puppet show in. Entertainment, people. Puppets. Entertainment. There were puppets way back then. Puppets. We did the castle. We are going to have the king and the queen. In the battle room, we will have the knights of the round table. Mine is all fantasy, by the way. Wrong era. No, we're good, cousin. This is fantasy. Fantasy, you go what you want to do. Yes. The noble knights. Remember, the king and queen are cats. They are cats. This is a world where humans don't exist. There are humans, but not in this world. Can you imagine that George the Giant is a giant among these people, but in the world of humans, he's not a giant? Isn't that interesting? There are no humans in this world. Humans are folk tale. That's what they are. They talk about them. They're make-believes. Like, in our world, dragons and unicorns and all that stuff is make-believe, but in their world, humans are not real. I thought it'd be interesting to make it that way. Are wheels too big? I think they are a bit too big. So we must shrink them a little bit more. It's like, yes, they call them humans. They walk on their legs just like us, and they talk this strange language. Like, surely you jest. Humans, I've never heard of anything like that before. Are there humans in another world? This world is in a different world. Like, if you look at the Grinch, that whole entire world is in a snowflake. And the billions and billions of snowflakes, their world was in one of those snowflakes. That's a good size world for the Bible. So now every time you see a snowflake, you think there's a whole entire world in there somewhere. I thought that was magical when they did it like that. Kids are scared to death to mess up a snowflake. I might kill the entire village. No. I'm sure they have a way of defending the world. But imagine all that is from one tiny little snowflake. But the interesting thing about snowflakes is that snowflakes, we all know, don't look like what they seem to be. They're actually beautiful sculptures of different patterns and designs. And not one snowflake, they're not identical. They're all different. It shows you the power of God. Imagine that. Billions and billions of snowflakes, and each one of them have a different type of design to them. And not one of them resemble each other. Like your fingerprints. Or your DNA. You're the only one with it. When you pass off this earth, there will not be another one like it. See, nobody wants to give God credit on his infinity intelligence. Got people who spend their entire life studying a honeybee, still never figured out everything about it. Every time they turn around, they find something interesting about this bee, its behavior, its pattern, what it does. That's why I said at the end of the day that God made man ruler over all animals. And then people sit there and go, well, how's that? There are more species of bees on the planet than we are. Did you realize that? How many different species of bees? How many species of, well, actually, let's say bugs. Let's say all the bugs. They're more than a human. They outnumber humans. So if you look at the fish of the ocean, they're more than as humans on the planet. The ocean is not, we have more water on the earth than we have on land. So there's more fish living in the ocean than us on land. So consider the fact that if the animals were intelligent at one point and sat there and said, you know what? Why are we dealing with them? There's more of us than them. We could just wipe them out. And they could. Because if there were a swarm of all the bees got together and decided to attack the human race, we're doomed. What about ants, spiders? If they decided to wage a war against man, we wouldn't win. Birds. You seen the movie called Birds with Alfred Hitchcock? That didn't go too well, did it? So, if all these animals on this planet, bugs, insects, birds, all of them, all got together and said, you know what, let's wipe out the human race. We're doomed. So with that being said, they know their place at the end of the day. They know that we are the dominant at the end of the day. Even though if you get caught with the tiger may kill you, yes. But at the end of the day, tigers just don't all band together and just hunt humans. They don't do that. They know their place at the end of the day. You got to think of the big picture in life, you know what I mean? So imagine if all the tigers all got together and had a meeting and said, you know what? Why do we put up with these humans at the end of the day? Imagine if they thought that way. They don't think that way. But imagine if they did. Cats, dogs, all these animals, all of them, we got together and said, you know what? Why do we put up with them? They destroy our planet. They respect nothing. They hunt us. They kill us. They eat us. Let's get rid of them. We're gone. Just like that. We're gone. Where are you going to go? Some species or something is going to kill you. Swarm of ants. Good luck trying to wipe them things out in the day. How many species of ants there are on the planet? Birds? Again, not going to happen. So we can get wiped out on everything on this planet. But we were made governor over all the animals on this planet. The only way animals attack is if they feel threatened at the end of the day. Defense system kicks in for them. But they just don't openly gather together in large packs and say, let's take out the human race. If that was the case, you would see buffaloes all in the city and tigers and lions, giraffes, elephants. You don't see that, right? Right there. And God gave us power over these animals. Don't be stupid at the end of the day and jump into a gorilla's cage at the end of the day and say, hey, I got power, because that thing will kill you. Because again, you're basically threatening this habitat. That's why. You seen gorillas? The silverbacks? The guy was laying there recording and the silverback came by and pulled his leg a little bit to let him know, hey, you're in my path. Move. And the guy got up and moved. They kill for territory and they kill for hunger. If that was the case, think about it. They were going hungry and they wanted to eat. They could just all band together and come and get us. But they don't, because they know their place, that's why. That'd be a Stephen King novel. All the animals on the planet just attack the human race. That'd freak you out, wouldn't it? You'd be afraid of your dogs, you'd like. But no, they know their place. They know where they're supposed to be at, they know where they belong. That's why you don't see lions in Arctic, and you don't see polar bears out in Africa. That's why, they know their place. They will stay, they're genetically designed to stay exactly where they can feed, eat, and breed. That's why you don't see colossal squids popping up all over the ocean, dragging things down with them, because they stay where they're supposed to stay, where they belong to stay. Lord gave them a place, that's where they stay. Thank God for that, right? It's not an amazing thing. Thank God for that, right? You see how easy we can be wiped out? You don't think about that. Man thinks, I got power, power, power. You don't have any power. You have nothing. You have nothing at all. Got no power at all. The Lord decided to stop the earth, the destruction that will come behind that. Right now, as you sleep, who's to say that a meteor, as I said, we have billions of meteors, there's billions of them up there, and they're huge. As you sleep, imagine a meteor coming in, bigger than Texas, slam into the ocean. You know the destruction that would cause right now? And you wouldn't be alive. You would die in your sleep. There's no way you'd survive it. And like they weren't joking. The freaking ash, the destruction from that, would block out the sun. You would go into the ice ages again. You wouldn't survive it. We'd all freeze to death. Not burn up or whatever else goes on. Or just imagine that the moon just moved a little bit to the side, to the left or right. The catastrophic storm that would erupt on the earth would be unfreaking believable. There's no army or military. We couldn't do anything. All we could do is just accept death. That's it. There's no hope. Nothing. Just imagine if God really wanted us gone, how fast he can get rid of us. Or if you decide to let the ocean go past its boundaries, and now the earth is flooded, like it did the first time. So many things he could do. And yet, every day we complain, God this and God that. God made this world today. Why did he make it this way? God didn't make this world this way. We did it. All this destruction, disease, and all that, that's us. We caused all that. Now, if anyone sits there and says, no, it's not so, then you don't need your Bible, do you? Because you do know Adam and Eve basically had immortality, extremely high IQs. They were perfect. They were absolutely perfect. No disease, no destruction, no death, nothing at all, period. And Satan himself was on the outside of the Garden of Eden, trying to figure a way to get in. How do I get man to fall? How do I get this started? And I'm pretty sure he went to all the animals and spoke to them. Had a conversation like, hey, like, elephant, I need to use your body because I can't walk in there. I need to know if I can host to use your body. No, we're not doing this at the end of the day. Leave me alone. We came to the snake, and the snake said, yes. You know, snakes are cursed creatures. You didn't know that, did you? Those of you have pet snakes, you have a cursed creature in your home. And that cursed creature in its home will basically allow things to enter it. That means as in demonic spirits can enter snakes. Whether you believe it or not, because in the beginning of man, the devil used the snake to get into the Garden of Eden. Did you know that snakes actually walked upright at one point? Like the king cobra, they walked upright on the tip of their tail. But because of their curse, they were cursed to basically crawl on their bellies and eat the primal earth, the dust from the primal earth. They're cursed creatures. So out of the animal kingdom, the snake is the only creature that's cursed. Not one of them, every single one of them is cursed. That's why we're permitted not to have snakes. That's why I don't approve of having snakes, ever. You would never catch one of them on me, ever. It's a cursed creature. God himself cursed the snake. Can you imagine? The supreme being of all things in this world cursed the snake. He's cursed. So, the snake got into the Garden of Eden. Now, what did God do at the end of the day? What did God say at the end of the day? Don't touch the tree, right? Here you go. You can have whatever you want right there. Whatever you want. Just don't touch that. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. You can have whatever you want. So you don't know destruction, you don't know death, you don't know nothing. You don't know any sin, nothing. Which means that they never touched the tree, we would all be in paradise right now. There'd be no killing, no murder, no death, nothing. All your loved ones that were on this earth would still be alive. Death wouldn't exist. There was no death. It didn't exist. You ever look at tigers and lions and all that? You know how fluffy and cute those things look? They're so cute they make toys out there and give them to kids. You don't see lions with giant horns coming out of their heads and huge razor sharp teeth and breathing fire and all that crazy. You don't see that, right? It's not a terrifying looking creature, isn't it? It's a cute looking creature, doesn't it? It's like something you want to pick up and do a hug, but you can't. It'll rip and kill you. So when they designed these animals at the end of the day, they weren't designed to be what they were supposed to be. Killers. They became killers because of the sin on the earth. So, again, you can have whatever you want. Don't touch that. And what happened? Eve listened to the snake. And she ate from the tree. Don't say what fruit it is. People say apple, but they never says what fruit it is. She ate from the tree. And all of a sudden, she covered up because she found out she was naked. She knew sin. And then she coached Adam, and Adam also ate from the tree. So they found out they were naked, they covered up. Now mind you, We've been able to talk to God himself. God walked in and out of the garden. They saw God's face. Imagine they saw God's face. And God walked in and called them. They don't know where he found. And God said, where are you? And God already knew from the door what they did. He said, where are you? And they said, I'm sorry, we can't come out. We're naked. Who told you you were naked? You know you ate from the tree. Because the snake said at the end of the day that God wouldn't kill you if you ate. He wouldn't kill you. He wouldn't kill you. No, he knew that he wasn't going to kill you. You were going to be cursed. And that would give Satan the ability to go in and now influence man. There you go. That's how it all began. So, honestly, be truthfully, if you want to sit back and you have a tornado and it wipes out half of your neighborhood, or whatever happens, disease, destruction, death, war, whatever happens, the next time you want to sit there and say, oh, that's God's fault. No, it's your fault. It is your fault at the end of the day. Because you had everything you could possibly want, and we messed it up. And if you sit there and say, so I had nothing to do with Adam and Eve, man is designed to destroy everything around him. He is. He designs weapons that are designed to wipe out the earth. Why in the world would you make a nuclear bomb? What's the purpose of that thing? You can't even use it. You have a bunch of warheads all over the planet and you can't use them. Why? It'll wipe the human race out. You have wars and diseases and all that stuff. We cause all that. We cause all the destruction on the earth. So, like I said, people get out there and want to blame God for everything. Oh, God this and God that. God did this and was. If God was such a great God, then why would he allow that? No, he didn't allow it to begin with. We just messed it up. And here's the thing about it. When people sit there and say, well, I'll never. Oh, but here's the thing about it. That's the part that gets me right there. When you say, you'll never. Because man was so evil and did so much destruction, crazy stuff, that God had to bring down his son to be sacrificed on the cross so you would have the opportunity to go to heaven because of the stuff they were doing. So for those of you right now who would sit there and say that I would not, you don't even want to hear anything about God. You're guilty as charged right there from the door. Anytime I talk about God, it upsets people, bothers people. They get angry at the end of the day. And you want to sit there and get mad at the end of the day because we have death and destruction on the planet, but yet the God himself basically gave us the ability to have life. You don't want to listen to what he has to say at the end of the day. You want to have nothing to do with him. And then you wonder why this world the way it is. Surprised that we're all still alive. I'm really shocked and surprised that the earth is still intact. So let me get this straight. He goes and brings down his son to be sacrificed on the cross, beaten, spit on, tortured, whatever they did, horrible things they did to him. So he can die on the cross, spill his blood, so you can basically have the opportunity to see the kingdom of heaven, to be forgiven for your sins, we're all punishable by death. We're all worthy of death. And no one person on this planet can sit there and say that I'm worthy of death. We're all, even myself, is worthy of death. And yet, he could have destroyed us. He could have got rid of us, but he didn't do that. What did he do? He sends his son down here to be sacrificed for us. How many of you can do that? Sacrifice your kids for all of mankind. And those people wouldn't, some people wouldn't even basically appreciate what your kids did. They wouldn't appreciate what you did. They would deny you, make a joke of you, make a mockery of you, laugh at you. People walking around with these crowns on their head. You know what that crown represents in the day? That's Christ at the day, his sacrifice for us. And they wear those crowns in the day like it's some kind of fashion at the day. You got jokers on there faking to be preachers at the day. Mr. Williams faking to be preachers, stealing and robbing from God. What do you think? Jesus walked into that house at the end of the day with that stick and beat those people out of that house? Because those people were in there ripping off God. They're in there making these fake sacrificial lambs and fake promises and claiming that God told them this and God told them that and God told them none of that. And Jesus went there and beat those people out of the house. And you got people out there rip, rob, steal everything from God, make a mockery of them. And you wonder why the world is what it is now. So next time you want to cry and whine about a plague that destroys half the world or whatever goes on in this world, just remember, if God gets tired of us, we can just all disappear. if he wants to. But thank goodness he's a merciful and loving God who cares for us enough to have his son hang on the cross and die for us so we can have the opportunity to see the kingdom of heaven. You have no right to complain about anything. Nothing at all. Not a thing. Imagine you being God and you look over and see this planet and you see the murder and killing and raping and everything that goes on in this planet. And you get tired of it, of seeing it. People who laugh about your son who hanged on the cross, made a mockery, they joke about it and laugh about it. Or you can just take your hand and just stop the earth from spinning and we're gone. Take the moon and move it to a couple inches left and we're gone. Take the sun and push it forward, we're gone. Or command all the animals, all the insects, all the birds of the air to destroy man, we're gone. Or if he wants to, just like that, a mere thought, and we don't disappear, we don't exist anymore. You get the real Thanos. Don't exist. He can make the universe, all this, melt away. If he wants to. And yet he doesn't. So we don't deserve to be here. We don't even deserve to be even breathe right now, to tell you the truth. We don't deserve anything but death. That's what we deserve. That's why when I got saved, I broke down and cried and said, Lord, why would you save me? Why? I did all these crimes against you. I did not accept you. I denied you on every level you could possibly think of. Why in the world would you save me? You saved me because you loved me. That's why. That's some beautiful love right there. That is beautiful love right there. Don't even deserve to live in this world. I don't. I don't even deserve my life. I don't deserve anything at all. God owes me nothing at all. He owes me nothing at all. I am worthy of death. Are we too far away? Let me see. Are we too far? There we go. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. Because man, I thought that flipped over on the wrong side. I was like, man, that glue would have hit there. It'd have been doom and gloom. Doom and gloom. I gotta watch freaking whatchamacallit again. What's that called? Finnegan's Rainbow. Doom and gloom. Doom and gloom. The Leprechaun. Doom and gloom. doom and gloom. But we got a tire going up the wrong direction. Gotta get that in there right. There we okay. The doom and gloom. Now, crazy thing about it is that people think they're spokes and nose. But actually, the medieval ones didn't have spokes at all, period. They were designed a little differently. They had no spokes at all. So they had because you had a piece in the middle here. Oh, great. Just drop that and need that part right there. That's a peg that kept the wheel on. It's like Kenneth Late. Yeah, I know. What time we got? Gee, was like 1, 2, jeez. I'm really having a ball with this. You have no idea how much fun I'm having. Alright, let me just get this one part done and I gotta go. If we're blessed to get this place I want to get at the end of the day, I am going to have a place in there where I can basically do my builds, and I want to have them online, so we do our builds online. And that way, I can basically standards later I want. At least not the building. That's why. I can sit as long as I want. I can actually, sorry, I can basically standards later if I want. These buildings don't shut. This building's open 24/7. But I gotta get back. I got things I gotta do. I'm working on projects at the home front right now. I got several things that I'm building on, and I gotta get to those too. Those projects too. And also too, I want to get back to my relaxation chair. I got a nice relaxation chair and my VR. I can go in there too, and I'm doing some stuff with the VR and stuff. So yeah, I'll get back. There's so much better look to it. Taco Tuesday. Let me see. Sorry about that. Cartoons just went off. You don't like those cartoons go off. Put it back on, sandwich bread. Mr. Sandwich Breads. Oops. Alright. So that's right there. Okay. Are these longer than the wheels? They're longer than the wheels. Okay, cool. We have to put 2 of those in there. I know. Trust me, I know. We leave from here later and later, like every time we turn, we leave from later and later. I gotta start this thing early. I had something I had to do early this morning. I didn't have time. So we're gonna do it when we come back in earlier, before the other stuff gets here. Ooh, you just saw that? That's a glue string. That is a glue string. He's in the glue string moving around. He's like, what the heck is that? It's glue string, Taco. Glue string. He says, what? What? Yeah, glue string, Daddy. Glue string. Glue string, Taco Bird. blue string. Like, we would put Christmas decorations in here pretty soon. Oh, I'm gonna drape Christmas tree lights with hollies from one end to the next. Right. Oops, that'd be nice. Let's be nice. Right. All right. There we go. Getting there. What about Steve Métis? I'm saying that correctly. Probably butchered it. Who knows? I want to talk with that guy who puts the Jesus signs out there. I've seen some people out there, business people out there walking around, and they look at him and they laugh, you know, or they don't know how much they're in danger. They really don't see it. And they laugh, they find it funny, the whole thing about God and all that. Oh my goodness. Same people that will laugh at a man talking about the Lord. Same person that'll be on the highway, tractor trailer will slam in front of you, and God forbid, come flying down an embankment into a hill. doesn't mean you have to die. I mean, survive it. But sometimes that's how people become Christians, near-death experience. So laughing at that man for this cause, what he does. He's one of God's people. That he is. Something happens like that to you, it's not a bad thing. It's God calling you. And I'm the called, not the called, right? Like, you don't worry about sleep. We don't sleep. Told you that. Car accident. That stopped for me. I get in my massage chair. Maybe I have a micro nap if I'm lucky. And I go into my world of VR. And I just relax in my chair. That's what I do. That's pretty much it. That's why I couldn't care less about a bed. So, my ex was the one who needed the bed at the end of the day. I went to bed, the armoire, dresser, all that stuff like that. And I couldn't care less because I don't sleep. I'm the one that bought the recliner. So, when we chill, watch a movie, I get my recliner. That's it. So that's why when I went to the apartment, I didn't have a bed. There's no point in me having a bed. What am I going to use it for? So, did I say anything about it? No. There's no need for telling anybody about my business. Every time I talk about it, and when I don't, I just don't. So, they thought I was poor because I didn't get a bed, and I didn't get a bed because I don't sleep anymore because of that car accident I had a long time ago and almost killed me. So, yeah. It shows how ignorant people can be. I don't require sleep. And if you figure that basically, and they ask the questions here too also, like, does that plague you? And no, it doesn't. I'm hyperactive. So sugar and stuff like that, a couple of pieces and boom, I'm charged. So it kind of works out. Don't sleep, but have these little micro naps that pop up. I guess that repairs the body. The body's needed. But to have an actual 1% full sleep, I don't know if that's even like anymore. So what you do is keep yourself from going mad. You basically pray, which I do a lot, and you build stuff. So I get myself involved in these giant, massive projects that I know that would take years to complete. Like this one right here. Constantly researching and study stuff, and that's what I like about having the VR. I strap those things on, and I can go to distance worlds and travel and research and do studies and all kinds of stuff in that thing. I'm doing research when I'm in there. Learning new stuff. So sitting there worrying about why I can't sleep, learn to use it as an advantage point. I get extra, not to tell you the truth, I get to live a little longer because I don't sleep. I told the guy at the apartment, I said, you're going to hear me walking around at night. I don't sleep. And he was like, okay. And then I caught him in the hallway and said, you ain't joking around. I hear you walk around like all, yeah, I don't sleep. My family get-togethers, Everybody will be asleep. I'm just sitting there watching them sleep. So that's why I bring my VR system with me, because I'm in VR. I don't want to be out there watching everybody else sleep. It's freaking weird at the end of the day. I mean, everybody else is knocked out. I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's messed up. So I throw my VRs on and I go to another world. So when I'm in there, I don't have to worry about going through that nonsense. I'm in my VR. Kind of takes away the fact that I'm actually having that problem. It's kind of like therapeutic. Trying to make statements that I sleep here. Yeah, I wish I could sleep. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice thing to have one day. But it is what it is. You have to accept life for what it is. You can cry about it, or you can basically do something about it. And I chose to do something about it. Megan. Let's see. Cook too soon. Should let it dry a little better. We're so good. Oh man. Bum, 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 bum. I get exhausted and I do the same thing like this would drive me nuts if I did this all night. So I gotta change up and do something else. Then I feel like I'm like refreshed. Gotta change the scenery a little bit. So I may spend another 2 hours working on something else and come out of that and get bored of that and go start something else and work on that for a little bit. Oh, the Olaf. That is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my freaking life. Have you seen that thing from Disney? It's not AI, it's a real, actual robot. Tell me, you just hear him, they agree with me, he does it all the time. I've never seen anything like it. Like, it literally reads, it's an AI intelligent machine. And it literally reads your facial expressions. It's crazy. It's about as close as a human being as you're going to get. That thing is amazing. I'm looking at them like, is there a little man in there? Now it's some robots. Of course, you know, Disney was going to have that at the end of the day. It's Disney at the end of the day. Oh my goodness. Scary, but still amazing. Absolutely amazing. Where is this thing at, man? I wonder where it's at. Where it's at? I gotta go see it. I gotta go see this thing. I'm a tech junkie. I gotta see that thing up front. That is amazing. I'm like, wow. That's amazing. He walks, he reacts, he moves. Everything just like Olaf. That's my favorite character, by the way. Just like Olaf. Or which we can have one of those. Now, I would have that in my house. I would love to have one of those in my house. The little guy I walk on and talk to and everything. And he doesn't say like the same thing over and over again. No, he can randomly choose words at will. That's crazy. It means a functioning brain is woke. It's still amazing. Absolutely amazing. Gotta make our own straw. I wanted to buy the straw, but I'm thinking like, can I make straw? Can we make straw out of cardboard? That'd be interesting. See if we can do it. My mountain. My mountain. Taco. My mountain. My mountain. My mountain. You wanna try some milk tomorrow? You don't drink milk much. You wanna try some milk? We need some light cream or something. Something like that. Maybe make some light cream. I've never seen a cat not drink milk. Like milk. You don't like milk. My meow? Your machine should be in tomorrow. Your little robot mouse. Got an infrared mouse at the bottom. And run around and play with it. Oh, Taco Bird. Like my little wagon, Taco? Denario. Like my wagon? My Dominican friends get a kick at his fact that his name, one of them is Denario. He actually answers to Denario too. Like Denario, he's gonna look at him like Denario. Denario. Why you gonna be like that? Denario. You know, answer now because I said it? Yeah, okay. Okay, you watching the cartoons now? You like the cartoons? Watching the cartoons? Taco. Taco Bird. Watching the cartoons? Probably seen the angels, say. You seen the angels? Oh, I just seen the angels. Guys, beautiful angels are always around. Always around. Always around. These beautiful angels are always around. Got a little cart right there. Thank you, Jesus, for the design. Thank you. Built it real nice. I like it. This is going to be covered a little bit because you're going to see it's going to be in a wheat field. We're going to have it in a wheat field. Is that right, Taco Denario? Yeah, it's going to be in a wheat field, Daddy-o. Daddy-o, Taco-yo. Next thing we got to put on. We're done. Hello. How you doing? Yeah. What of that? That's part of the tire, man. Part of the tire. Yeah. I think on the front of the castle, Taco, we are going to put a giant cat face. A cat face. Something enchanted, a cat face. But we got to put diamonds in it. We have to get some rhinestones. We need some rhinestones. I'm going to put a crescent cat. Probably looks like on the gate. We got a crescent cat on the gate. The cat face, you know. Yeah, that was a griffin. What was it? The Atlanta Misfit Toys? Yeah, it was a griffin. He was a griffin. He was a griffin. When I first saw that thing as a kid, he freaked me out. He did. He freaked me out. I was like, what the freak is that? That's a griffin. All right. Scissors. He freaked me out. I don't know what that thing was. I was like, what the heck is that? Brother, that's a griffin. Greek mythology. Like Clash of the Titans. I saw Clash of the Titans when it came out in the movies. You know how old I am for that one? I saw Popeye with Robert Williams when it came out. I think the girl from Cheers, the bartender, I can't think of her name, but she played olive oil. Yep. I saw that in the movies. I saw The Empire Strikes Back in the movies. Yep, when it first came out, I saw it in the movies. I saw Friday the 13th when it came out. Still, I don't even know how we got in that movie theater. Big Brother, Big Sister Association program. My mom put us on to a Big Brother, Big Sister Association program, and my big brother, he was a nice person. All he's probably passed on by now. Chances are probably so. But anyway, he was a real nice guy. But I was kind of bored because they had a cake business. They made cakes and stuff. I mean, come on, if you're gonna make cakes, they offer me a piece of cake. You know what I mean? I have a sweet tooth and all. I'm smelling all this amazing, delicious cake, and they're not giving me one piece at all, man. I'm sitting watching all these huge cakes go by. And his parents had a bakery. And we would go over there to the bakery. And then after that, we would go to, I don't know, I guess we'd go to a couple of places here and there. Most likely to running errands, and that's basically about it. We go to a few places here and there. And my sister, her big sister was amazing. She was taking them to different places, and they were going here, and they were going there, different stuff they were doing. So it was like we really didn't do anything. We just kept going back to the bakery and just sitting and talking, going back in the bakery, sitting and talking. And he wasn't even there half the time. He was in the back talking to his family, so I was just sitting there by myself. That's what happened. So it just wasn't working out. I came up to my mom and said, I'm not happy with the whole thing, you know. So, you know, she told him at the end of the day, you know, it's not working out. And he said, okay. He was so nice. He was a nice person, though. It's just no excitement there at all, period. They didn't do anything. He took me out to eat and stuff. I went to McDonald's and stuff and got hamburger and milkshake and stuff like that. But just we didn't do anything, you know. So my sister, she had a fantastic big sister. Like, they always went someplace cool. And she adopted both of us. She basically was my big sister, and obviously my big brother. She was my big sister, and she took both of us out all the time. And she took us to go see Friday the 13th. I don't even know why, to this day. Like, I know it had to be my sister that suggested, because my sister does like some horror movies at the end of the day. So she had to suggest it. So we saw Friday the 13th. And I remember when we went to get popcorn. I didn't even see the intro. We went to go see Popcorn, and as we're walking down the stairs, you see Jason pop out. Man, that freaked me. It freaked me out. It freaked me out big time. Mind you, we lived in the suburbs of Newark, Delaware, so we lived in that area where like Jason would have been at. You know what I mean? There's big high hedges and bushes and corners and all that stuff. Yeah, man, I was terrified to go outside, man. Terrified to go out. But yeah, I saw the first one. First one that came out. That's when she jabbed him with the coat hanger in the face. No, was it Jason? I'm sorry, Michael Myers. My bad. Halloween. It was Michael Myers. That's what I saw. It wasn't Jason. It was Michael Myers. Because when he came in her house and she ran upstairs and she was hiding in the closet and she jabbed him in the eye with the coat hanger. Which I'm trying to figure out when I watch it now. There was a plate glass window with a heavy chair next to it, and she runs past it and goes upstairs and hides in the closet. I never could understand that one. And the falling down part. The falling down and can't get back up. Oh. The producer's told her to do like, no. You're stereotyping me at the end of the day. I am not falling down and getting back up. You lost your mind at the end of the day. You change that script. Yeah, they do it all the time. They fall down and go, oh. And they kicking the leaves away. And then kicking away. They fall, oh, I can't get up. Or the car doesn't start. The car ran the entire day. The minute you're being chased by somebody with a hockey mask and a machete, the car does not start. Come on. At the last minute, the car takes off. That's a bit of suspense. But you've seen it enough time, you already know. It's still funny to watch. And my favorite line is, let's go in the basement. What are you doing? Don't beat my stuff up. With the big head. Oh, you butted it with the big head. Bow! Make your little hat out of cardboard. But anyway, yeah. Go down to the basement, check it out. Why is it when you go in the basement, the flashlight stopped working? It was working the entire day, but the minute you have to go in the basement and check out some spooky sound, the freaking flashlight no longer works anymore. You got to keep hitting it till the flicker's on, it flicks off, and the minute it flicks on, it's just dead and right in front of you. Well, that's messed up. They're gone. So the one thing I couldn't get about, what was it? Halloween? It was Jason. About the whole camp thing. If you knew a bunch of kids got murdered at this camp, right? And you're all sitting around talking about how these kids got murdered, why do they keep opening up the camp? So apparently it has to be a serial killer up there somewhere doing all that. So if there's a serial killer or a psychopath or whatever they want to call them at the end of the day, why do they keep opening up the camp? Don't get that part. And if you keep opening up the camp, why do you keep sending people up there? Anybody figure that one out? Because so many people did that so many times. Like, why in the world would I go to a camp where most of the camp members were killed? Like, why? Why would I go up there? Why? Unless they all think it's supposed to be some kind of urban legend or whatever it is. I don't know, but I mean, apparently they find the bodies. I think they don't find the bodies. They find the bodies. So why would you keep opening up the camp? So let me get this straight. Every summer, they find everybody up there dead. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to open the camp up and bring some new people up here so they can get murdered. Sounds a bit like a cult to me. That doesn't even sound right. Like, why in the world would you do that? Now, Michael, I can understand that because he's some psychopath that, shows up on Halloween or whatever. But he's talking about the camp. Now, y'all keep opening it up over and over and over again. You know, people getting murdered. This ain't like something that happened like a year ago. I mean, it happened like last summer. And the kids keep going up there. Yeah, I'm going to walk through the woods, but there's an axe murderer in there waiting for you. Everybody carries no type of firepower whatsoever. Go up there and just go camping. Why this lunatic runs around up there murdering people? That don't make any sense to me. It just don't. They should have Jason meets the military. Or Jason meets special forces. Or Jason meets the Marines. See how long that credit, it wouldn't even last that long. See a firefight, then a whole bunch of people credits go up. Well, wait a minute, he can't die, right? Why don't people try chopping his head off? I don't know why people sit there and they anchor. One person they anchored him to the bottom. He was still alive. They just chopped his head off. He doesn't have the ability to basically bring himself back together. He doesn't have that capability. Just cut him up in multiple pieces, and that's it. End of story. I don't understand that. No one's ever thought about that? You know, keep poking him and stabbing him, and then when they take him down, they don't finish the job. You kick him out the freaking barn, he hits the ground, you know he's going to get back up. Y'all don't go out there and finish the job? And that's like just pop him out there with and they run, I'd have came back out there with a chainsaw. I'd have cut him up in a bunch of pieces, and I'd have put him in freaking trash cans and filled it up with cement and dropped them off in different parts of the, yeah, he'd have been scattered, man. Ain't no way in the world he'd have got himself back together. I'd have ended that whole story together. And body parts might have been alive, but they ain't going to be together. It'd have been so many different directions, it wouldn't have been funny. Finish your job, darn it. Get it done right. Hit the sucker with a snow shovel and then run off in the woods. Like, Man, the minute he would have been knocked out, man, I'd have cut his behind right on up. Head first, legs, all that, cut him up. And stick him in a freaking trash can full of cement and just drop him off in different sections. Yeah, end the story. Done. Now, Freddy Krueger, that's a problem right there, because that sucker shows up in your dreams, so good luck with that one. He ain't gonna like me at the end of the day. I don't sleep, so good luck with that. I'm like, it's not gonna work. He just never sleep. Yeah, lost cause for you, right? And a micro nap is not a nothing. It's a micro nap, which means I don't even stay asleep that long. It's like, back up. So good luck with that one. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't get that part. Michael Myers is, okay, so Jason is technically, I don't know what the freak Jason is. But Jason, basically, you can stab him over and over again, he just don't die. Well, Myers is the same thing too, but Myers is a human. Technically, Jason's not human at the end of the day, somewhat, because his mother brought him back. He's a curse. So his mother brought him back. Because he did die. He drowned. But Michael Myers is a man. You ever saw the backstory on Jason when he was Michael Myers when he was a kid? When he had the clown mask on. But anyway, yeah, he's a man. So how y'all having a hard time taking him out? You know Jason can't die. Because his mother made him that way. Something happened at that late revenge or curse or whatever. Voodoo, whatever went on. But anyway, he don't die. That's why he keeps getting back up over and over again. I don't understand why y'all don't basically just dismember him and be done with it. Problem solved. And nobody thought about that. Y'all just keep poking him and stabbing him. He's going to keep getting back up. He can't die. Something but the last one of the persons chained him up and dropped him in the bottom of the lake. He's still alive. He's just in there just moving around. How about you just dismember him and then you wouldn't have that problem anymore. Problem solved. Apparently he can't mend himself back together. He doesn't have that capability. I'll look that up now. Why it's in the world? Oh, my wagon! Yeah, problem solved, man. You got that Gears of War action. And the funnest part about Gears of War is getting someone with a chainsaw and cut him in half with the chainsaw. That was the most fun. That was the most funnest weapon, man. That lance was fun as I don't know what. Get that part. Alright, we gotta get out. It's 2 o'clock. Let me see. I actually gotta put benches inside, and I can't do that right now. If Jason is dismembered and cut up in multiple pieces, does he come back to life? Yes, Jason Voorhees come back to life because he's supernatural, immortal, and regeneration capabilities. Good gracious, are you freaking kidding me? Temporary. He can regenerate? Are you freaking kidding me? He has regeneration? I didn't know that. I had no idea. I watched the movie and all that, but yeah, I don't really get into the whole sci-fi when people read books and all that stuff on everything. He has regeneration. Oh man, well forget it. You're screwed. You're just going to have to figure out how to basically just cut them up and put them in different directions. I think that's the best way to do it. So what if you basically cut up Jason and you put him in multiple areas? Can he put himself back together? If Jason was cut up, his parts are... he would likely cannot physically reassemble himself through his own regeneration state. However, due to his supernatural nature, he has found ways to return. He found typical involvement, of course, his body parts moving back together on their own. All right, so basically, because he's supernatural, there you go. If you were to cut off his arm can reattach itself to his body. But that's if it's near him. So, if you typically were to cut, this is objective conversation by the way, but just curious because I'm talking about it. If you were to cut him up and you were to basically put his bodies in different parts of the earth, he can't bring himself back together. So technically you would have to be able to take the limbs and put them in potential areas where he cannot ever find them. His own personal scavenger hunt, put it that way. Yeah, because he has that ability to Dude, I'm done on that one. Moving on. I'm done. This is why we don't watch it anymore. They mentioned something that I didn't like. But anyway, no, he wouldn't need to put himself back together if he did that. Only if he was right next to himself. Next to himself, he could do it. Where are we finding the time? I don't even know where we got in this conversation. Not actually meeting up in this conversation from my medieval world. Supposed to be in a happy place, not in that jacked up world. Sorry about that, people. Brain got to thinking about something, I don't know why. Oh, no, it started from basically about when I saw Friday the 13th when I was a kid, that's why. Alright, we're out of here. I got the wagon done. I have some work into it. But we got a little medieval wagon done, old Cho wagon. The wheels and stuff like that. It's called a oh, Mr. Taco and his toy. Mr. Taco and his toy. A toy, taco. So, there's a little wagon right there. The lines in the wheels. Little wagon right there. So, we're going to put our wagon in our field. Pretty soon we're going to be putting our landscaping back in for that. There you go. Looks like they're on the side. Right there. Alright, people. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for stopping by. I got to fix my drawer over here to fill apart. And I got to get yippee-ki-yay out of here. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful and safe day. Or night. At the end of the day, it's nighttime. Be blessed. Seek God. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior. Got the hiccups. Thank our Lord and Savior for blessing us with the ability to design and create beautiful things in His name. Thank you all for your time. We give Lord credit for all things, of course, for all things, because without Him, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do any of this whatsoever. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.